It was a quiet Sunday morning in Paris. Tourists were just beginning to line up outside the Louvre, the most visited museum on earth. Then, in just 7 minutes, a gang pulled off one of the most shocking museum heists in history, right on the noses of security guards and cameras that weren't even looking in the right direction. The Louvre isn't just another museum, it's a fortress of art, home to the Mona Lisa, the Venus de Milo, and treasures from across centuries of human civilization. But behind the marble walls and grand halls lies something most visitors never think about, a security system that's been slowly falling apart for decades. At 9:30 a.m. on Sunday, a white truck pulled up outside the gallery of Apollo, which houses France's crown jewels. Inside were four men. They were dressed like construction workers. Reflective jackets, helmets, gloves. To anyone watching, they looked like part of a maintenance crew. Using a mechanical ladder, they scaled the museum's eastern balcony and got in through a door, cutting the lock with an angle grinder. The problem? The only camera facing that side of the Louvre was pointing west, away from the balcony they used. So when they broke in, the system saw nothing. At 9:34 a.m., an alarm was triggered on the second floor. The guard inside radioed the alert and started to evacuate visitors. Two high security display cases were attacked. The thieves cut precise holes in the bulletproof glass, grabbed the jewels, and by 9:38 a.m., they were gone. Out through the balcony, down the ladder, into scooters waiting by the river Seine. They vanished into the streets of Paris before police even arrived. The stolen pieces weren't just jewels, they were history. At least 8 artifacts from the Napoleonic era, once belonging to Empress Eugenie, wife of Napoleon III, and Mary Louise, Napoleon Bonaparte's second wife. Some were diamond tiaras, other intricate necklaces crafted in the early 1800s. Experts say they were worth over $100 million, but if melted down for their gold and gems, their cultural value, their story would be gone forever. Investigators say thieves who target museums often have just 48 hours before such treasures are dismantled beyond recovery. After the heist, Louvre director Laurence Descartes faced the French Senate. Her words were blunt. "We had a terrible failure. I've taken responsibility for it." She revealed that parts of the Louvre surveillance system were obsolete, built decades ago, running on outdated wiring and cameras from another era. Only one camera covered the wall the thieves used, and it wasn't even facing the right way. In fact, the Louvre's exterior perimeter had so few working cameras that a full modernization would require over 60 kilometers of new cabling. To understand why this happened, you have to go back to the 1980s. That's when President François Mitterrand commissioned architect I.M. Pei to modernize the Louvre. It was a massive project, new wings, better lighting, and a now iconic glass pyramid. But that modernization is now over 40 years old. Since then, investment in the museum's infrastructure has slowed. Cuts to staff, decaying cabling, and outdated video equipment have turned one of the world's most guarded museums into a surprisingly vulnerable target. The theft shocked France. President Emmanuel Macron called it an attack on our cultural heritage. Interior Minister Laurent Nunez promised to catch the thieves, insisting police had already found the truck, 2 scooters, and even one suspect's helmet. The car offered her resignation, but the government refused it. Instead, she's now pushing to double the number of CCTV cameras and even install a police station inside the Louvre. The Louvre's old system was built to stop armed robbers, not digital age thieves, who planned with precision, fake uniforms, and GPS escape routes. As the car put it, our systems work perfectly, but they were built to stop the attacks of another era. The Louvre has survived revolutions, wars, and empires, but this heist, pulled off in just 7 minutes, exposed something deeper, that even the most guarded treasures can fall to neglect, bureaucracy, and time. And if the world's greatest museum can be breached this easily, what else are we not watching closely enough? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you.